Get ready for Softball 360. Some of the best young players are ready to rock and fire at the ASA JO Cup in Marietta, Georgia. Take BP with Team Easton, a legacy group of sluggers who pretty much invented the show bomb. Meet the newest member, Travis the Blaster Clark. Get to know Team USA. We're hanging out with Janie Takayda, who has set her eyes on the prize, the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. What happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas, especially Dudley softballs. Round 9 of the Power Tour blasts off in Las Vegas at the home of the Vegas 51s. It's game on, and Softball 360 starts right now.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Softball 360, presented by ASA. We're here to see the best of the best compete on the center stage.
Allow me to cut it down.
Welcome to Softball 360, presented by ASA USA Softball. I'm Jenny Finch, your guide to all things softball. Up first, leading us off, we're taking it to USA Softball's Junior Olympic Cup, a new event that provides opportunity for young girls who dream of wearing Team USA.
Dateline, Marietta, Georgia, northwest of Atlanta. This 62-team National Invitational Championship features some of the best 16 and under and 18 and under teams from across America. Many of these ladies are headed to play major college softball down the road, and it's easy to see why.
The competition's there, the competitiveness, just a high level of softball at this event.
Oh, I think it's one of the best, honestly. There's a lot of really good teams here.
The site of the tournament, Lost Mountain Park in Marietta, is a world-class facility that combines the latest technology from the modern world of sports design with old-school Southern charm. The 9 fields, surrounded by Georgia pines, provide a woodsy, park-like atmosphere. The Cobb County grounds crew takes pride in these fields, grooming, dragging, and preening the classic red Georgia clay.
And we start planning for this tournament back in January to make sure that we cover all of our bases and make sure everything's covered. Because the most important thing is that the girls have a good time and a good experience and want to come back in the future.
For the team's pre-game prep,
Yes.
Zone in and drive the ball. Here we go.
Get him back on 30, 1, 2, 3,
Get him back!
our spotlight game features the Louisville Lady Sluggers and could be the next generation of softball superstars. The Lady Sluggers are led by one of the class acts in the world of softball, head coach Dom Dabina. After 27 years of coaching, Dom is quick to point out the merits of competition.
Good job, Sully. Hey, one, that's a great at-bat. Nice job. What a work in there.
This is a good week. It's a great venue. A lot of the good teams are here. You have to be good to get here anyway. Fields are impeccable. The staff here does a great job. Yeah, it's one of the better places I've ever played.
On the mound is Kennedy Sullivan, known as Sully. She owns the Slugger spirit in full as Sully pitches her way out of a bases-loaded jam.
I don't know, everybody's just always like supporting each other, and Coach Davina, of course, is really helpful, and it's great to have such a supportive support system, especially with this kind of competition, just keep everybody calm. So.
The games offer a life lesson for the team, and after nearly 3 decades at the helm, Coach Dobina still gets excited.
I don't want to walk out there! There we go! That's what I'm talking about. Stop, that's it!
But some days, the best laid plans do not come to fruition. A loss is always tough to take, even for a veteran coach who has seen it all before.
Sometimes it doesn't work out. It just doesn't. Proud of them.
Back on the diamond at Lost Mountain Park, the games at the USA JO Cup go round the clock. Championships are won, and lifelong impressions are created. While a trophy gathers dust, for sure, the memories will live on forever. Meet Janie Takayda, one of the young up-and-comers for Team USA. Get to know the team that represents the Stars and Stripes. Team Easton has plenty of softball history and tradition. It continues in 2016 with Travis the Blaster Clark getting his share in the spotlight. And Team Monster is ready to take the Las Vegas Challenge. Standing in their way, Team Combat. Prepare for round 9 of the Stadium Power Tour. Duel in the Desert from Vegas.
Softball 360, presented by ASA USA Softball, is brought to you by DeMarini, Easton Sports, Mikan, ASA USA Softball, and by Dudley, the official softball of the Stadium Power Tour.
Grab the knob right there.
Welcome back to Softball 360. I'm Jenny Finch. Let's get up close with the world's greatest softball home run hitters. Team Easton has always been a pillar in the softball community. And it all started with Brett the Hitman Hilmer, and it extends the dynamic duo of Wegman and Clark.
Team Easton. The name alone stands for softball excellence. From the early days of the Stadium Power Tour, Easton was led by the legend, Brett the Hitman Hilmer, who pretty much invented the term showbomb. Today, the softball slugging torch has been passed.
I'm Brian Wegman, and I swing Easton.
My name is Travis Clark, and I swing for Easton. Grab the knob right there and kind of in the middle of your hand. Make sure your fingers are lined up, and then drop that pinky.
Pretty standard baseball grip, except for the bottom hand overlap. So about there, pinky off, and then everything else is pretty much baseball. Line the knuckles up. Pretty boring grip.
But what makes Team Easton tight is the concept of teamwork.
The home run champion is a cool title, but when it comes down to it, we're asked to do a job for Easton, so the Manufacturers Cup is what it's about.
Wegs is Mr. Ohio softball. He grew up and lives in the Buckeye State. His family has deep roots in the local sports scene. And Wegs even owns this awesome softball complex that's pretty much his backyard. Last year at the home of the Reds, Wegs won the epic Battle of Ohio Home Run Derby. Wegs and Flip Philby went toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow, and it all came down to the last pitch.
The whole hometown thing, it is nerve-wracking. That is the ultimate adrenaline pump when it comes to the Bomber Tour.
Please welcome Travis the Blaster Clark for Team Easton. The Blaster uses a super fast whip-like swing to send softball souvenirs deep into the yard. The Blaster may be a rookie on the tour, but don't expect any nervous yips and jitters at the plate.
But I think if you mentally prepare for it and you know what's coming, that's going to eliminate some of the nerves immediately. So again, a lot of it goes back to preparation and being consistent and having confidence in your own ability and your equipment.
Travis has years of experience to back up his Easton bat. Being a wily softball vet has its advantages. Travis has darn near perfect technique at the plate and could put a how-to-do-it seminar on the art of the swing.
You start thinking about all the people who helped you get to that point and all the sacrifices that you've made, along with, the people around you and the sacrifices that they've made to help you get to where you are. And it's just something that's really special. I'm the guy that you see at the ballpark that goes to the gym because he has to, not because he likes it. That's the great thing about softball, is it's a game for everybody.
That's all we're trying to do, let the equipment work and watch the ball fly. Our main goal every year is the Manufacturers Cup.
When Softball 360 returns, Janie Takayda shares her secrets to speed on the softball field. And that quickness may take her all the way to the 2020 Olympic Games. And hey, ASA long haul bombers, what is the strangest thing you have ever hit with a softball?
I hit a car that was on an off-ramp. This guy had just bought a new minivan for his wife, and he didn't even have temporary tags on it yet. Completely caved in his front quarter panel.
There was a field that we played at, and there was a big graveyard behind it, probably about maybe 50, 60 yards behind it. Hit a couple tombstones, woke a couple people up. Yeah.
The USA Women's National Team is full of outstanding players with great character. Let's get to know them as we spend a little time with one of the bright rising stars of Team USA, Janie Takayda.
My name is Janie Takayda. I play for Team USA, and you're watching Softball 360.
Playing for Team USA, a dream come true for many young softballers. For Team USA's Janie Takayda, she's living the softball dream, playing for what many consider the best softball team in the world. The journey for Janie started back in January at the Team USA tryouts. It was the American Idol of softball, as some of the best players in the nation came out for their chance to play for the Stars and Stripes.
I think if you don't put out a competitive nature of keeping your spot, there's an opportunity to become lackadaisical.
Janie thrived during a week of intense games, practice, and evaluation. Her strength is speed and quickness. Janie is one of the fastest players on the team.
Janie is a tough out. I think Janie, with somebody like that, you're trying to make them get themselves out. So you have to attack them. You don't want to get behind, because Janie's just as dangerous as she is with a walk as a base hit. With somebody that's that talented, and that's the caliber of play that we're facing, it's much better having her on my side.
Janie grew up in Southern California, and from an early age, softball was part of her lifestyle.
Where girls are looking at you and watching your every move, and you really have to be careful about what you say and how you.
She's a graduate of the University of Oregon, and her love of physics was on display at a recent trip to the Oklahoma Science Center. Her love of the game is what motivates her. Janie takes time to teach and give back to the next generation of softballers.
I want to come through the squares, but my head and my body weight's over my body instead of out in front.
Just love that I can give them some tips so that they can understand how to make the adjustments the coaches are asking them to make. So that's really cool.
Imagine racing a member of Team USA. Ready, set, go! Today, Janie's part of a team that led the charge for softball's return to the Olympics in 2020.
whether I make it all the way to 2020, I don't know, I'll be 27, so, but I'm gonna try. But, but whether or not I make it, I just hope that I can help the program get to where it needs to be so we can bring home gold.
Strong and balanced. They call this the tip of the triangle. Moving towards home plate, and I have a firm, solid break. Everyone's different when it comes to being mentally focused for the game. For me, I kind of like to stay within myself. I don't like to get too high. I don't like to get too low. Just kind of focus on my preparation leading up to that game. I like to think about the opponents and how I'm going to pitch, how I'm going to attack the opponents. And other than that, just staying with my team in my comfort zone, getting ready for that first pitch.
When we return, the ASA Power Tour heads west. Las Vegas hosts round 9 of the Power Tour. In a town known for over-the-top entertainment, the sluggers fit right in. Combat and Monster are cued and ready for the ultimate home run derby.
Softball 360, presented by ASA USA Softball, is brought to you by Louisville Slugger, by Worth, Combat Sports, Monster, BP Athletics, and by Softball Bat Club.
Who is the world's greatest softball home run hitter? The quest to be #1 travels out west to a one-of-a-kind ballpark experience, the home of the Las Vegas 51. Check out the drama as 6 sluggers vie for 4 spots.
In a town known for entertainment, the ASA Long Haul Bombers fit right in. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for Dudley softballs. They will be flying today. As pitcher Gary Jost unwraps the cases, time to get a look around Cashman Field. AAA home for the New York Mets, but is major in all categories. 328 in left, 433 in center, and 323 down the right field line. And take a look at the big blue monster in left. 50 feet of Smurf wall to hit it over. The rules are, as always, 15 swings to glory. Each homer is worth 1 point, except the final pitch. The almighty money ball is worth 2 and could be the tiebreaker today. Before the game, Ryan Dacko had the confidence of a car dealer.
Monster, if you ain't swinging it, you ain't swinging the best.
And the D-Train leads off with a blast to left. Dacko played baseball at the University of Massachusetts and was recruited to play in the bigs, but Bates stepped in with an elbow injury that halted his career. He's also one of the designers and test pilots for the latest in bat technology. He works for Monster Athletics, a company known for producing high-performance softball bats. But on the money ball, just a tad short. D-Train ends up with 7. His teammate, Tim Martinez, steps in, and stepping up, that's what Tim does best. This slugger for Team Monster got here with hard work and an even harder swing. Pound for pound, Mr. T is one of the toughest hitters in the game today. Tim calls Yuma, Arizona home and loves the sunny, hot desert for an early morning run. Mr. T also tallies 7, and we have a 2-way tie. Up next, big bad Chris Griner, most likely to be cast in Sons of Anarchy next season. At 6'6" and close to 300 pounds, Chris is one tough customer at the plate. In his spare time, you can find Chris in the gym. He's a power lifter who put in his time and is ready, willing, and able to get to the top of the Stadium Power Tour. Chris will do it with massive hits and homers and show bombs. Double digits and 10 points. Combat is in the lead. Welcome a rookie on the ASA Power Tour, Philip Flip Washington. But don't expect any yips at the plate. Flip calls Vegas home and makes it a point to hike Red Rocks at least twice a month. Not the easy trail. Flip is swinging a combat bat, his own Flip Washington model. Young sluggers, take notes on Flip and his brutal swing. This is raw power on display. Sure, he's big as a house, but Flip maxes out with textbook technique. Flip ends his shift at the plate with 10 points and a tie for the lead for combat. Flip is heading to the finals if he keeps this up. One look at the final point standings. Griner and Washington each with 10. Dathko and Martine each 3 back.
Not everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, especially the softballs. Our ASA sluggers put on an amazing show. And as the points battle continues to tighten up, we're almost headed for home on the Stadium Power Tour Finals. It's in Miami, September 10th, home of the Marlins. And that's all the time we have for today. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we're always at softball360.com. And like I tell my campers, remember, dream and believe.
Next week on Softball 360, the Men's Slow Pitch National Championship from Canton, Ohio. And we spend a day in the life of a softball giant named Pee Wee. Go one-on-one with Team USA's Allie Carta when she rocks and fires and also inspires. And the ASA Power Tour heads to the historic fields of Busch Stadium, home of the mighty St. Louis Cardinals, as the home stretch for the finals of the Power Tour is on.